day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want. Yeah, call us dangerous, ain't too many can play with us. See what this game here taking us, no ball, but ain't no fading us. I ain't really saying much, actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be heard for your mom to your pop to the beat to the bird, man. Cut right off on the curb, like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my whole team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog, I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? In the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want. Yeah, I pissed so my frustration, I was.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Denver Broncos. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go. 90, Wolf. You got 4. Look at me. Door.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. He'll have a first down past the 40. Touchdown, Chicago. Saquon Barkley, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Wow, first play in the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, you spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
This is taken at the 3. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
Set, ready? 60 outlaw.
Hey, we got 3 down.
Watch, 6-6, pull it high.
Check 9. Slam. Switch. Out.
Now.
On first down, Hickman. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
18 Gator.
25, check 25. Alert flare.
They'll try the left side. Hickman. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
8, 3. Hey, 2.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 3 down. 3 down. Hey, check.
Hey. Ready.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Moran. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. On 2nd and 7, Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Throwing, Jones. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Here's Jones. Throwing on first down. He finds his target, Beckham. And down inside the 15 he goes. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there. Really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
Charlie, 64, weak.
A first down carry for Barkley. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Go.
Now Jones. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
First and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Now, those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. From the gun, Jones. And the Broncos get there and take him down. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
15 line. Hey, Delta.
Watch the run. 58, right over there.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A 12-yard touchdown grab as the Bears push further out in front. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken at his 4. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. To throw again. Moran. He gets this one to Boyd. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Dancing to his left. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Tim Williams in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Looking to throw. Jones. Robinson's got it. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 52 yards.
A gain of 52 yards. And the Bears first down.
Jones heading up here first and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Check. Crunch. He's crashing. He's two-jaw corking.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Got an open man. It's Ratley. Touchdown, Chicago! Damian Ratley, his first touchdown on the year as the Bears push further out in front.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I got it. 49, check 49, check 49. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. 5.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. They'll try the left side. Hickman. Give him 9 there. They still need 6 more now on 3rd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here's Matt Weil now as he's on to punt for Denver. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Beckham. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, 83 yards as the Bears push further out in front. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering, take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Broncos on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. On third down, Hickman. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Double tight. 3 down, 3 down.
Big grip.
They'll try the left side. Hickman. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Down. 90 Wolf.
2 times. Out. 3 down. Out.
On third down, Hickman. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on first. And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. Beckham the return. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind.
He's got a man, complete, past the 20. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Allen Robinson, as the first half is winding down, as his guys continue to pour it on.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready up.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. They'll keep it on the ground. Hickman. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a first down following a gain of 3. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check hot route. Hot.
They'll run on first down. Hickman. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check. 3 down.
They'll try the left side. Hickman. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for first.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
3 down.
On first down, Hickman. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
Bears 41-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hickman. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And finally marked down at the 23. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
You got 3 down.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Check 43.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
They'll try the left side. Hickman, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Set, ready? 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. 3 down, 3 down.
5.
On 2nd down, Hickman looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
It's now 3rd down and long.
On 3rd down, Hickman, and he's going to get this one down to the 30. Call it a gain of 2 as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, a tough day for this offense continues. One of their best chances to get on the scoreboard there, couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's not looking like it's going to happen for him today, does it? I mean, opportunity after opportunity, play after play has gone against them the entire game. They probably feel a little bit like Schlepp Rock, got that black cloud over their heads.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll start the drive here with an end around, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 35-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, high 7. Hit it.
Now Jones operating from the gun. It's caught. Beckham. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
The outlaw.
Check tight, check tight. Check tight.
Shoot.
Jones now on 1st down. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 33 and a first. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
I got 2.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hickman And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. On second down, a run with Lindsey. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they got the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
First down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
I got you.
Go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Hey, Echo.
58's the money. 58's the money.
Now.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jones. Caught left side. It's Beckham. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 20-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
You got tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Check. Check.
Ready.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And now it's third down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right, they did something to disrupt that timing.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah.
The first throw here for the backup Garoppolo. He finds Beckham complete. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Set, ready? 70, Indy. Hey, exit.
Strip that ball. 58, boys, 58. 58, it's Mike.
Jones from the gun, he'll throw. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. Second and 9 now. The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That catch good for 8, but still, it's third and goal now.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Here's Jones. Going to throw on third and goal. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up fourth.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. Their turn.